Hello, and welcome back to Cultural Currents, the podcast where we delve into the surprising ways certain things can become, well, battlegrounds. I'm your host, Teacher Phelps, and today we're serving up a piping hot discussion about biscuits, branding, and a whole lot of backlash. So let's set the table, shall we? Picture this. It's mid-August 2025. Cracker Barrel, that iconic American institution, quietly decides to shake things up. They swapped their familiar brown and gold logo, the one with the bearded man leaning against a barrel, for a sleek, minimalist gold shield that simply read Cracker Barrel. Simultaneously, some restaurants began rolling out a lighter, more open interior with grey walls, modern lighting, and noticeably fewer antiques. CEO Julie Fells-Massino stated she wanted Cracker Barrel to feel like Cracker Barrel for today and tomorrow, ensuring that Uncle Herschel still hung on the walls. However, investors weren't impressed. The stock plummeted up to 13%, wiping out roughly $100 million in market value. Quite the dramatic start, wouldn't you say? Now, for many loyal patrons, this modern logo and decor felt like a painful erasure of history, a departure from the comfortingly familiar. Commenters immediately began to joke that Cracker Barrel had gotten rid of the cracker and the barrel. Social media, as it often does, exploded with comparisons. People said the new emblem looked like a generic fast casual chain, or, rather amusingly, even a block of cheese. One critic rather pointedly wrote, "Corporate minimalism always churns out bland logos and buildings." On Instagram, a reel mocking the grey walls and simple art of the new decor quickly went viral. And let's not forget the comedy clip quipping that the redesign transformed the restaurant into a redesigned Wendy's, lamenting the tragic disappearance of the beloved peg games. It seems a lot of people felt their nostalgic comfort zone was under attack. These weren't just isolated gripes from a few disgruntled customers. Oh no. The story quickly gained traction across the entire news spectrum. Fox Business, for instance, highlighted comments fiercely calling the rebrand brand suicide and even, you guessed it, woke. The Week, another prominent outlet, quoted a columnist who described the new logo as painfully generic. Even on CNN, a roundtable of panelists earnestly debated whether this was genuinely about politics or simply a classic case of fixing something that absolutely wasn't broken. And then, as is often the case in today's climate, the politicians entered the fray. Donald Trump and his son publicly urged Cracker Barrel to undo the change, with social media accounts aligned with the right decrying the move as woke, alleging the chain was pandering to progressives. This conservative outrage certainly amplified the story, even drawing attention from people who might never have set foot in a Cracker Barrel, and, perhaps conveniently, diverted attention from other things. The backlash was so intense, so widespread, that Cracker Barrel felt compelled to put out a statement, reminding fans that it still proudly served scratch-cooked food and truly valued hard work and family. But that wasn't enough. After a mere week of viral memes, impassioned op-eds, and those rapidly falling share prices, Cracker Barrel, in a move that can only be described as a swift surrender, capitulated. On August 26, 2025, they issued a concise yet impactful statement reading, "Our new logo is going away and our old-timer will remain." The company graciously thanked its customers for sharing their voices, humbly apologized for not communicating better, and crucially, promised to keep the beloved rocking chairs, the challenging peg games, and the inviting fireplaces. So, what exactly does this remarkable episode tell us? Firstly, heritage brands, it seems, cannot change even minor details without risking a significant backlash. Secondly, this incident glaringly illustrates that in our increasingly polarized media environment, even a seemingly innocuous color palette or logo design can swiftly become fodder for political identity and heated debate. And thirdly, sometimes companies, perhaps a little too eagerly, court controversy by attempting to modernize far too quickly. As one particularly astute Instagram commenter quipped, perhaps Cracker Barrel only made the change in the first place so they could heroically walk it back and garner some positive PR. So, whether you passionately love the old-time decor or genuinely prefer modern minimalism, the Cracker Barrel story powerfully demonstrates that Americans care deeply about the comfort of nostalgia, and they are absolutely willing to fight over it. This episode powerfully underscores how deeply Americans cling to nostalgia and how even small design choices can ignite intensely polarized debates. I'll be back soon with another cultural hot dish. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please do subscribe and